Should I say go live right on time? It might be a little bit overconfident, but I will turn that off. Um, Wait for this to clear.
Vivo, dal vivo now.
I don't think we're live yet, mate. I think it's just why is that? Let us have a look. Oh, there we go. I'm pretty sure we're live now. The picture has come up. Let's have a look. Is there anything in the chat? No chat yet. Oh, there we go. Chat's kicked in. Marco GT5 is the first man to declare you are live now. And you know what I say to that, Marco? Quality. Absolute quality. For those of you who saw part one, you won't think it's in any way strange that myself and Ermes, the gladiator Gasparini, are spending another weeknight in the bedrooms. It's just how we roll.
To be in a team, no,
Yeah. Intimate, yeah.
intimate, yeah.
Yeah. Intimate environment, mate. That's okay. It's not a problem. It's only a little dodgy if you make eye contact and if you notice. I was looking at the chat. So not a problem. We're good to go. Your bed looks pretty good quality, mate. Is that where the magic happens? Right there? This is, it looks like a quality.
Quality.
Oh, talking of quality. Tell you what. Let's have a look at the other one.
Huh?
Have a look at the other one. Any difference?
This is less.
No. What's that? Oh, there it is. Weapon of
I
mass.
don't understand really. I train both, same exercise, everything.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because I'm trying to remember the year, but to be honest, mate, when you first got started, you were known to have an incredibly good left. Also, when you were
Yes, but
remember
right. It was from beginning very big difference.
you always felt your right was way stronger, yeah.
But the coordination on the table completely different.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? A lot of people do favor the right arm. I mean, obviously, you've got your left arm specialists out there, but people become known.
I think I'm healthy 100% with the left,
Mhm.
and we train good. It's not we don't come like my right, but I think maybe in the top 10 super heavyweight I can do.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
So you're not like,
Bortolato is 10, and I won with him.
yeah. So you think where would you put yourself left-handed if you were on your best day? Then who do you think beats
Uh,
you? Who doesn't?
I was very no, unlucky guy because I fought with the best Morozov and Alejan. Only this, they are the best. I think him, Morozov, Muratov, and the Lalitin. Now that they can do, they are the top 3, top 4.
Yeah, without a doubt. And like you say, if you pulled Steel Morozov, former champion, and you pulled against Show Me the Money Muratov, and he didn't get $50,000 for the match. I don't think he asked for $50,000. I think that's a load of.
My friend, I don't understand nothing about my life. Next time in my contract, I will ask 2,000.
Yeah, 200.
Why not ask too much?
Oh, go flying in. Yeah, I'll arm wrestle, but only for 200 grand a match.
Yeah.
There it is.
Next time we'll ask 200.
Yeah, you'll never get a match, but it's not a problem. You know, oh, it's forcing that level up. No, I don't think he asked for that, mate. I just don't think it happened. I think it's an urban legend. Absolute nonsense. Let's focus on you, son. This is the Gladiator show. Forget about Show Me the Money, Muratov. He can get his own goddamn show. With that kind of money, he can pay for his own goddamn show. He won't have it in a bedroom. He won't have it in this kind of quality. And I know that a lot of people were really happy with the first part, mate. A lot of people really enjoyed
Yeah, I saw,
learning
I
a little bit
saw.
about you and your family and your values and your principles and things like that. It was, I must admit, mate, I really enjoyed that show. I enjoyed talking to you about it.
Yeah, me too, my friend, a lot. Because there's things a lot of people don't know,
Hmm.
and they appreciate to know. And
Yeah.
this is one of the part I think we need to grow up with the athletes, because somebody know now the story about Devon little bit, but not too much. Him too, uh, and no other athletes, no age.
I think with
I think
Devon, there's that sort of, again, there's the urban legend
people
kind of
know
thing.
it was in the military, and
Yes.
that's it. But it's very beautiful to know the story about the family, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. The
and
background and the
the
inspirations and the,
background.
yeah, influences where they, I mean, the whole thing with the, your starting sport, I mean, the fact that you tried boxing, cycling, various other sports, and this kind of stuff's really interesting. Funnily enough, I did an interview. When will it have been? I think around December for the Armours YouTube channel members, where we went in depth with Brian Shaw,
Ah,
and I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that interview, and one of the reasons why was because he went into an enormous amount of detail about how he got into sport and his background in sport, and he was a basketball player, you know, and oh,
because he's very tall.
yeah, but his family were into basketball, and he talked about his progression through college basketball and so on. Do you know he broke someone's back in a tackle? I mean, for real, yeah, a basketball tackle. He broke a guy's back. Can you imagine that? Pretty non-contact sport. That's when you know you're powerful. You crack a guy and break his back.
Yeah, unbelievable.
It is. When he told me that, I was like, "What are you talking about?" But no, seriously, that happened. So that was it's those little gems that come out of conversations like that and that nobody knew. I mean, who knew that your mum was a badass little arm wrestler as well? Who knew your mum competed at all?
Nobody.
Exactly. Knew about your dad. He made his way, but didn't know about your mum. And I knew your family well, so I was very surprised that I didn't know your mum had competed. Very,
Yeah.
and that your
Yeah.
sister could be badass. You
What?
know, your sister maybe also could be a badass.
Yes,
Got the
she's very
genetic.
strong, really too much. And if we start to train, if you see the anatomy of the arm,
Yeah,
is same like me. You know the bicep where the
same design.
joint,
Yeah,
everything same, same
very
same
true.
arm, different size, but the anatomy of the muscle, tendons, you see exactly same.
And
Uh,
when you arm wrestle a little bit with your sister, and you've arm wrestled with arm wrestling females, strong girls. How does
he,
your
he
sister feel?
fought she fought with Tina,
Okay, how'd that go?
and my sister won many times.
We could have
Really,
Gladiator 2 at some
really,
figure, isn't
I
it?
was very impressed about this.
But she's
Coach
not
Renju.
interested to really follow the sport or compete.
Because now she love to dance,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
she go in the to Milan.
hmm,
Milan, and there are show for TV,
sure. Yeah.
and a concert. Uh, no, she is very very good to do this. Uh, but I'm wrestling. If she don't have a lot of passion, I don't want to push her. you know, if she will come to train with me,
Mhm.
you can see she have a very passion.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't want to push nobody.
No.
The
I
beautiful
think you're right,
things
mate.
will come along. You know.
If you unless you have love for a sport, really you really want to do it. I don't care what sport it is. I think if you're going to be really successful, you got to really want to do it. You know, you've got to
Yeah,
want, got to be in your heart. If it isn't, probably wasting your
yeah.
time a little bit.
Because people are a little bit confused about maybe some people do football player because they know if they will be a champion, they have a lot of money
Hmm.
or switch. But if you start to see the sport like this, you already failed 100%. You need to do something, but everything in the life, the work or the sport, with the friend, everything you need to be to come from you. You know, to
Yeah,
have very good passion and to you do your best.
got to
With
be about.
passion, you
Just going to stop
do.
you there, Hermes, because there's a public service warning on this one. I really should reach out to show me the money Muratov. If you're watching this show, you heard it there from the Gladiator, son. You focus on the money, you're going to fail. Right now, you're a badass. It's from the heart, but focus on the money, you're going down the hill. It's not going to work for long. Sorry, Hermes, you start selling.
Muratov will fail.
Can you imagine if money
He will
Muratov went?
fail.
Bad, wouldn't it? Oh no! All the money
If you
Muratov
see
fans
only
are all over
money, he
that.
will fail.
Hey, you never know. You heard it here, Alajan. Focus on the game, son. Get about that. He's like the Kazakh Travis.
Travis.
Yeah, he's like a Kazakhstan version of Travis Bajan. Every just show me the money. That's all he wants to do. Hey, listen, let's get off Alajan and get back onto you. So, mate, the first episode, I think we left it at the point where you were getting success on the national circuit. Italy, you were securing victory there, and you'd done a little bit of going out there and finding your feet internationally, but you hadn't really made your name at that stage on the international circuit. You were sort of getting glimpses of what you may be able to achieve. And I thought it would be a good place to sort of kick things off tonight if we were to start to look at when you feel and where, if you can recall the events where you started to have really significant success. Because I recall one of the things you mentioned last week. You said there were times throughout your career when you had a feeling, or you said you were always confident, shy but confident, but there were times, and you mentioned specifically, I recall, when you did the practice pulling with Laletin, and you knew in your head because of that okay, I can do something here. And I wondered if we explore that same type of environment, where were the notable wins? Where were the notable successes, and at which events, if you can recall the detail of those, that made a difference to you, where you went there maybe not feeling as confident, but you got great
Yeah,
success or more success?
the first time when I say to you in Switzerland, the first competition,
Hmm?
when I won senior, in Italy too, I won very easily. This is it was the first point
Yeah.
signal, and the second signal is
Signal.
signal.
Yeah.
It was when 2011 I did second place World Championship under 18, and the
Under 18.
people and I was too much angry for the second place, really angry like crazy. the people, my friend, you are second on the world.
Mm.
Me too much angry. No, no, I want to win.
I know
This
exactly
is
how you
the
feel.
good character, only to win.
I know exactly how you feel. In 1996 Virginia Beach World Championships, I got second to Zalaev Kazbek, or Kazbek Zalaev, of Russia, the crushing Russian. And that day, I was on mega form. I felt really strong. And it was my first silver medal at the Worlds. And that's my sister calling. Just bear with me one moment, mate. I'll just tell
No
her.
problem.
Hiya, Pix. I'm on a live podcast, and so are you right now. So I will ring you back when I've finished. Is everything okay? See you in a bit. Biggity bong. There we go. So a little sideline. My sister Elaine, WAF world champion. About that. Guess how long she trained for arm wrestling?
Okay,
1 year.
good idea.
She beat,
Genetic is a big
yeah.
factor.
She beat Heidi Anderson. She beat Via Rasic. She beat Marlon Kleinsmith.
And now she don't like it.
She stopped. She just
Stop.
said she wanted to have a child, didn't like arm wrestling, gave up.
Huh.
Amazing. Really amazing. But yeah, true story. Deviation. Dino 3343. Hello, Ermes. I'm back. Second round.
Dino number one.
There you go. You see, fans back in the chat, mate. But let's get back to what you were saying there. So, you were talking about your tournaments where you got the signals that you were doing well, and I was saying that in 1996 I had the same thing. I lost to Zolef Kazbek. First time I'd been on the podium, but like yourself, devastated, gutted, because in your mind, second ain't good enough, is it? When you're on the roll, you know.
Yeah.
Who were you second to, Ermes?
Third, I remember it was on Garabaev. Yeah.
Not a bad collective.
I won the semi-final with him. And the first, it was another guy of Kazakhstan. Now he don't compete anymore. I don't remember. Matyushenko, something like
What
that.
year was this, buddy?
2011.
2011. I'll have a look back and see who that was. I will have a look back and see who
I
that was.
don't remember. After this, 2012, I did World Championship in Brazil. You remember?
I was there. Yeah.
But it was not the because the year before I did under 18
Mm-hmm.
category boys junior under 18. And they put the 21 in 2013. And for this, I competed in 2012 in senior.
Yeah.
Because it was not under 21. And I competed, I did third. The first it was Rustam Babayev in seniors.
Mm-hmm.
And second, a Russian guy, the name Beld.
Not Shakilov. Was it Shakilov?
18, 80, 80, 85 kilo.
Yeah. Good, possibly Shakilov.
Was very super strong, I
In a
remember.
hook puller.
Yeah, yeah.
Could be Shakilov. Did he have quite a pointy nose?
Yeah. I think
Sounds like Shakilov. Yeah, mate, I love him. He's great.
Name only Shakilov.
Shakilov was he was in the corner. Oh, which athlete was he in the corner with? He was in the corner at East versus West, the last event. At King of the
Really?
Table. King of the Table 14. He was there. I haven't seen him in ages.
Ah.
He was there. He was on the stage, and I clocked him come up on stage. Hadn't seen him at the show. I love the dude. He's a great guy. Really fun guy. and he went up on stage. I hadn't seen him. He was in the corner. I couldn't wait for the match to finish so I could go up and be like, I haven't
Yeah, I
seen him in it.
remember
He's a good
he
dude.
was really super strong.
Really, really solid man. Very, very solid. Very
And
fast.
this year, I remember, yes, I was recognized a little bit, but not too much, because I remember like yesterday, the first match in the World Championship in Brazil, because Italy is not famous to have a strong athlete, you know.
No.
And the people now a little bit, yes,
The last one was probably Bruno Emanuel.
yeah, yeah.
Probably.
And
Before him.
when you know, in the tournament, the World Championship, with when your opponent is Italy, it's like yeah, it's a jolly, no?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
people see like this, and I saw one Sweden guy. He saw the monitor, and he saw with me, no?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and with his friend, he laughed like crazy. And he said to me, my friend, I was fired like crazy. Too. You
Oh,
can't, you
really
can't
lit you up.
laugh.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Not disrespected.
Yeah. Yeah, you are lucky, they said to him. You are lucky, blah, blah, blah. I was very close to him.
If
And when
only you.
we fought, I blocked him in the center. I saw him the eyes, and I crashed.
Ha ha. Mega.
Very big satisfaction, really. And after this, I competed in the World Championship in Gdynia, you remember,
Yes, I
Poland.
do. Yes, yeah. July.
Junior, they put the junior as 21,
Mm-hmm.
and they won left and right like nothing, really, like zero problem. And in the here, I was recognized a little bit more, because in after pool, I pulled with Amorins and many other guys.
Yep.
I was very skinny, like my arms like this.
I remember that guy.
And after this, I competed in Nemirov World Cup, and I was second before Prudnik. I lost in the final with Prudnik. I won with Chersky, Russia.
2012, this.
No, 13.
13, Nemenov. Okay.
And I was second place, and this was first point, another second point, second signal,
Mhm. Signal.
signal,
Yeah.
signal, yes. And Mazurenko, he told me, yeah, you are new superstar, no? When he gave to me the medal,
Yeah.
and I was super happy. And after this, I won Italian Absolute Championship, many times seniors.
Mm-hmm.
And in Italy, really, only Lamparelli, he gave to me some trouble. Some win me and him in
Mm-hmm.
absolute. But in my category, sometimes the people, they don't pull it with me uh, until the final. Still
Because they were.
in the final, I
Yeah.
won the senior class without pool, because the people, I remember, I know, impossible, I give to you.
Yeah.
I won many times senior class without pool, nothing, zero
Because they all
power.
let down.
All to same in the final.
Isn't it a shame when it happens, man?
Yeah. And 2014, I pulled in Lithuania, you remember?
Yes.
And I won second in left, and the right I won. But yes, more or less same things. And 2015, Malaysia.
Yeah. I did not
Remember
know that.
Malaysia?
Mhm.
I did the second under Spanagel, German
Okay.
guys.
Yeah.
But after 1 month, they found he was doped.
Yeah. Dieter
And
Spanago. Yeah.
They disqualified him and they give it to me the medal, senior, this 90 kilo.
Mhm.
This category was unbelievable. Inside it was, I remember, Prudnik, two Russian guy with the long hair, I don't remember.
Roman.
Roman,
Mhm.
another super strong guy.
Filipov.
Romanian guy with the short level, super strong. Tamas.
Oh, yeah, my
Tamas.
old mate, Stefan Thomas. Love him. Love him. Shout out to Stefan.
Golemanov.
Oh, my God, mate.
Unbelievable category. There are six,
Golemanov is
seven names like crazy.
mega. Stoyan is one of my favorite arm wrestlers ever.
Yeah, and
Love him.
with him this time I lost first time in the qualification,
Mhm.
and I won in the semi-final with him. Yes, and this I won the first medal in the World Championship, and 2016.
Yeah.
This it was very almost a third signal because I won. Nemirov, Zloty Tour.
Which,
No,
just
it
for
was
people who are new, who don't know, in terms of the chronological history of the sport of arm wrestling, around this time period that we're talking about here. So really, if you went from 2010, 11 on to 17, 18, it's fair to say that if you're looking at tournaments, whilst there were a few notable exceptions, you would have to say that the Nemiroff World Cup was the premier
yeah, the
professional.
most important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to overlook any other show. There was some.
World Championship still,
The WAF is
but
different.
there are the difference
Yes,
between.
this was professional show.
No,
So the
no, no,
WAF.
no. WAF when I competed me,
Mhm.
it was more difficult because now the super champions is in East versus West, because you take some money. But
Yeah.
before it was not East versus West, nothing. All the champion they was in a WAF World Championship.
All of them.
Levan, Laletin,
Yeah, the best in
all these guys
all the
that
best in the
was there.
world were, and it's still, if you're talking about main draw competition, so forget super match arm wrestling, main draw competition, the WAF is still the hardest event in the world to win in that format. East versus West is something different. That's super match, one on one, and it's the elite. Only the absolute cream of the crop you're going to see there, you know. But the WAF World Championships, it's like we have a horse race in the UK called the Grand National, in the USA, the Derby, where it's not just the fastest horse. You got to clear the fences, and there at the WAF World Championships, like you say, you talked about the Malaysian event. It's just a forest fire everywhere you turn. Car crash, train crash, just a friggin', and it's hard to win something like
Yeah,
that, you know. Their bodies littering everywhere, busting each other up. First round, if you run into Prudnik, you're going to have a friggin', you know how it is. You're going to have an unbelievable war straight off the bat, and somebody else sneaks in. So to let people in the chat know, if you're new to the sport and you weren't familiar with the history that Ermes is talking about here, WAF World Championships, which we've covered extensively, and the Nemiroff World Cup, which was a professional main draw competition, which featured much fewer weight classes. I think there were, I want to say off memory, maybe 5 weight classes, not so many, and an open class at the same show, was the premier professional event in the world at that time. So Ermes's emergence there as a killer and at the WAF World Championship was a real underlining of the fact that you were right there.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. And yes, in 2016 I won. No, 2015 I won with the Krasimir left. One absolute, it was very important result. And I lost with Rustam in Slovakia. And 2016, I won the category in Slotty Tour with Rustam. I beat Rustam. And and I won with the Trubin too in absolute championship, in absolute category. You remember when I fought with Trubin?
Yes.
And I
remember your
did
turning round.
four.
Yeah. I remember the celebration.
Yeah.
There's a number of massive wins in there. Let's take a pause for a moment and just focus on those because we're talking about signal flare moments. Well, a win over Krasimir. Wow. I mean, if we look at those three, Krasimir, Rustam, Dimitri Trubin, people may not be familiar, the newer fans may not be familiar with Dimitri Trubin, but another killer arm wrestler, absolute monster. Let's start with Krasimir. Tell me about the Krasimir Kostadinov match.
I fought with him in Zagabria, Croatia.
Okay.
Croatia.
Yep.
Yes, I won like every time. And I won with Garbaev too. This
Same show.
same show in my category, 90 kilo. And I did the absolute champion, absolute category, and I fought with Krasimir. And
Yep.
with the left hand, I won very convincingly with him, I remember. A right hand with him, I had a very hard battle, but I lost. But for me, I was already super happy for this result. Really.
I think I remember seeing that.
Krasimir, now the people don't recognize him too much. Not too much. He's a super champion. But for the new fans, I remember in this period, it was one of really the best. He won with Levan. He was really one of the best of the best. I remember.
Krasimir is iron. Iron.
Yeah,
Absolute
I
killer.
remember this period, and I'm very my technique to open the hooker top hooker guys. Is very good my technique. But with him with the straps, it was a nightmare. Really, really. It was super effective to hook the guy. Still now, but in this period, he was super amazing strong. I remember. Yeah. Now he's super strong too, but I think 10 years ago it was more.
I believe so too.
Yeah.
Yes. Miles on the clock of hard matches, you know, when you have had a very long career. I mean, my God, look, all the damage and joint rebuilds and it's not good, is it? You know, it takes a toll. But yeah, you look at some of these guys when they were, I mean, look, John Brzenk, Rustam, Krasimir, so many of these guys in their prime. Oh, they were absolutely amazing. But I wanted to just take a little step back here, buddy, because we spoke in the first part of the interview about your rising notoriety at home in Italy, not least of which would have made Massimo Gasparini, the original. I love him. The Rock. Dude, he would have been building a statue in the marble cave. I mean, the guy
Yeah.
must have been. What was your dad like at this point when you were beating, when you were going abroad, flying the flag for Italy? Because it's fair to say at this time you're the globally recognized signature arm wrestler of Italy. And the next big thing, you know, the guy that the whole nation can rally behind. Your dad must have been glowing, Ermes. He must have been so proud.
Yeah. If if I see now, really, he's super happy every time when he some his friends look my son every time, he's
Nice.
showing every time the photo. uh, and sometimes he telling me, yes, I was in this shop, and maybe there are some argument to for wrestling,
Yeah.
and some people start to tell, hey, I saw Ermes Gasparini super strong, and he told him, he's my son now.
Aha.
And
Yeah.
the people
Mega.
don't believe this, no?
Right.
Uh, Now, because the sport is growing up a lot. Before, yes, he was very proud of me. Proud is correct, the
Yes.
word.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, but you remember I told you I worked with him and the
Mhm.
relationship was not super good. Now it's better because I live alone.
Hey,
We don't
the
have
funny
too
thing
much
though,
contact.
in his mind, in his mind, the relationship was always super good. Trust me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for
In
sure.
his mind, he doesn't care how you behave. He doesn't care. You're still his boy. And there's I can tell you from experience, mate. I would rather go and watch my son, either one of my boys, play in a school football game, a novice competition, whatever it is, now, than to win 10 world championship titles. And I mean it. The you it's different when it's your son. It's just different.
Yeah, but
Oh my god.
because I don't show this from him too much because he was too much. He had too much focus for his work because he worked for himself.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
and
building a statue of you.
yeah. uh, and sometimes the work can be good, can be bad. Uh, this now is like I don't know the word is not working anymore. When you are 60, you
Retired.
are
Retired.
retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take some money from the state,
Yes.
but he still work it like not like before. Because he don't know what he can do
Yeah.
during the
He
day.
always has to stay busy. Yeah.
Yeah, still work, no problem.
Great. What a dude.
65 years old.
What a
Yes, and now he's more relaxed, and he enjoyed to more than before. Uh,
What about the rest of Italy, mate? What about the other Italian arm wrestlers? Because I I can tell you now, when I was anywhere I went, I would feature guys in arm wars and so on. And one of the hurdles then was arm wrestlers. It was better and still is if they have a good English, very good English because of the storytelling. So everywhere I went, I would have Italian guys come up to me and be like, "Hey, you know our guy, Ermes. Ermes beat this guy." And as far as they were concerned, you were like Danny Tesh. You were beat in anybody. It didn't matter if I said, didn't matter who I said. I could have pulled anybody out of my ass. And to be fair, it was a short list. But it wouldn't matter who you said. Every Italian I saw was like, Ermes is the man. Like the whole country just united behind you outwardly.
yeah, yeah,
Were you aware of
really.
that?
I see now for the match with Levan, really have a lot of messages, really 100 messages almost every day from Italian, and they wrote like this, but message, no normal message, very emotional message. I can't believe really too much support. I feel too much pressure now before them. Like
Yeah.
I must to do something. I must to win for sure. Yes, yes.
It's
There
hard
are
though, isn't it?
like a person for myself. I can tell 99% of the people love me. I show more or less.
Oh, I
There are
couldn't agree more, mate. You're a extremely popular arm wrestler now, globally. I mean, we spoke there about the notoriety in Italy, but within East versus West, the emergence of East versus West, King of the Table, and through your own efforts, the fact that you've promoted yourself, the fact that you've learned English, um, the fact that you wear your, the saying, you wear your heart on your sleeve, you know, and you do, and people love that, and
yeah.
you back up your bullshit. You can back it up.
Yeah, one
Bam,
of
bam.
the beautiful things, one of the most beautiful things is I learn a little bit English, and the people appreciate too much this, too
Mm.
much, because the people want to listen your voice, not translator is boring. I
Yes,
think.
and it's not
Uh,
easy to learn a language. I mean, I tried when I was young, man, to learn Italian because I had Italian friends, so I wanted to try to learn that so that I could understand them, speak to them. And it got to a time when when I was doing it regularly, that I could listen to a conversation and I could have an idea, but long term, unless I was doing it right, yeah, non è possibile per me. No, I know I couldn't do it. You have to be doing it all the time,
yeah, yeah,
or you.
because now for me, one thing I like to learn English,
Mm,
but it's beautiful because you can go everywhere and to arrange yourself without have some problem with. You can speak, you can talk with everybody.
yeah.
If you are in USA or Japan, you don't have any problem if you know English.
Yes. Yeah.
And other things, I see the people love this too much for the sport.
Yeah.
And you need to promote yourself a little bit because you can't stay like this and to wait someone come and to do video for you. It's impossible. Every athlete to do something for himself.
Yeah.
Every athlete, famous athlete. Why Devon is famous like this? Why? Because he promoted himself. He's doing video every day. He did a little bit trash talking. He did gossip. He is doing everything.
Yeah.
And after this, people, why they complain? Maybe they don't take money like him, but there are some reason why. Because the people want to see this. There are free for name because they are famous. They promote themselves. And they take a lot pay per view from the community. But if you don't promote yourself, how you can bring a lot pay per view?
And it's very hard because obviously to get to the highest level in any sport, you have to be training, focused all the time. And you can utilize that training and what you're doing as a promotional method, but also speaking to people, giving people opinions, telling people about how
Very
you.
important,
Yeah,
super important.
very important. And
If
and
you
it's
see, if you
part of the
see,
job.
I don't want to criticize him, but if you see Samusha, who care about him? Nobody. Who care about him? He won 10 times East versus West,
Yeah,
but nobody know nothing about him.
yeah, you hit the nail on the head in some ways because I feel for David in some ways that he's such a warm person. He's such a talented arm wrestler, but at the moment, like you say, he doesn't speak English. He doesn't really. He's a quiet guy, very reserved guy. He doesn't get his point out there.
Yeah, but you don't need to be like Devon.
No, no,
Everyone have our personality.
yeah,
everyone have his personality. Me, I have a personality different from Devon.
Yeah.
Devon
Jungle
another
Zinc.
different from
Very different.
Levan
Hmm.
and other guys. But I understand it's not easy, but you need only to put some fucking video phone to record yourself to
Yeah.
test something. At least one time in a week, at least. You
Yeah,
know.
to get your points out there. There's a few guys that do it really well. I mean, one of my favorites, I'm a massive fan of Daniel Prokopchuk.
Yeah,
I think he's great. You know,
great.
when he's just he's got a quiet demeanor, respectful demeanor, but he tries to put himself out there. Uh,
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of Kalinichenko.
Kaichenko too much. Really, he started to learn English. You can understand him
Oh
a
mate,
lot. He put video on YouTube on and still he don't won every time, but
yeah,
still people want to see him
yeah. They,
to
you
do
don't, you
some
kind of
matches.
don't care, do you? You know, if you've bought into the guy and you're watching his journey, I think you care less about the result and more
Too
about the
much,
guy.
really.
Yeah,
My friend, now the society is like this. In Italy, like the company, the sponsor.
mm,
In the past, if you was a champion, they take a sponsor. That's it.
yeah,
But now you can have 20 titles, but if you don't promote yourself, nobody care.
yeah.
If someone is not a champion, but he's super active on the social media, he
Yeah.
have a lot of sponsor, a lot of money. It's
Mhm.
changed a lot too much now. The
The game
social.
is changing big time.
Yeah,
I mean, you look
yeah.
at guys. Another
And you
guy I'm
need
a
to
huge fan.
adapt yourself in this period. You know,
Yes, and
you need
Kamil
to adapt
Jablonski does a good
yourself.
job. I think Camille is a quirky character. I think
Camille,
he's great. I love him. I think Camille does a great job of getting himself out there. You know, and he posts videos. I saw one the other day. He's doing pull-ups on his one finger happens to be his middle finger, which is terrifying for his missus. But it doesn't matter a great deal. It's like here I am doing press-ups using only my lips, but it
yeah,
sells. People love that, and I think Camille is really trying hard to get his brand out there. The dry
yeah,
fit.
yeah. But if you win a little bit, you are active on the social with these two things. You become
Yes,
famous and everything will grow up. But you need to promote yourself. This is true. This is true.
big time. Let's knock over. We've had a couple of super chats come in, so before we move on, we're just going to try and look into these and see what we've got. We usually get some pretty stunning super chats, as you know. Let's have a look. So Dino 3343, his second
Dino number
super
one.
night. Thank you, mate, for your super chat. He's put, I'm supporting Ermes the most, win or lose. Exactly what we're just talking about. The best. Dino, just underline it there. Ryan Bull Bellinger, who, incidentally, ladies and gentlemen, is a bad dude and who is on the card out in Chicago. So keep your eyes open for the Bull. He will be pulling against Hitman Alan Ford, a guy that I've had personal experience with back in the day, and he's a beast. So that should be a great matchup there. And Ryan, thank you for your super chat. He's put, Ermes, it will be an honor to pull on the same card as you. Looking forward to seeing you both very soon. Likewise, brother, looking forward to seeing you. And he's obviously a big fan, Ryan, of yourself there, mate.
Ryan Bowen.
Ryan Bellinger, he's a US
Bellinger.
he pulled against Ray in North American.
I remember. I
Remember the
remember.
guy? Very powerful hook puller. Yeah, bad dude. So, please, miss. Oh, I'm not going to go into the last name. Hello, Mr. Pickup and Mr. Gasparini. Best guys, mate. Hope you are well, mate. And Travis is going to love your last name. Let me tell you right now. Please get to East versus West. You will be right up his street. Please, miss. Thank you, pal. Thanks for your super chat. Daniel from Arm Fellas. Forza Italia. And the best for you guys. Great podcast. Cheers, mate. Thank you, Daniel. Love that kid. If you're not subscribed to Arm Fellas, get over there and give him a a sub and a like. On that, guys, we got 200 plus people watching the show, only 100 likes. If you don't mind, please hit that like button. Please hit that sub button. It helps the channel a great deal, costs nothing. It'd be fantastic if you could all just take a moment to hit that like. And also it gets Ermes' message out there. We want people to know more about this guy and about his character, because Ermes is the guy. He's quality. And we got another one just come in there. Deep inside Ermes, which is exactly what you might do if you had a great deal of bondage gear, could tie him very firmly to that bed, and then you left the car running and had your trainers on so you could run when he escaped, because he would be pissed. Ermes will not even feel Levan at the table.
Oh.
Levan is mad because he's actually just scared. Well, don't have any pressure, Ermes.
But I imagine I hold Levan like this and I don't feel nothing.
Yeah, if you don't feel anything, mate, you're going to take some catching in the future, let me tell you.
After 10 minutes, I wake up and it's not serious.
Well, it's funny, isn't it? Because a minute ago you were saying, "Oh, I feel a lot of pressure. I feel a lot of pressure now." Deep inside Ermes comes out with that one. So yeah, he'll be all right, mate. Not a problem. He smash him. It's only Levan. Hey, just taking a breather from what we were talking about before. So, do you know former world's strongest man Mitchell the Moose Hooper? Are you familiar with this guy?
No.
Okay. So Mitchell Hooper is a Canadian-based strongman. And I'm going to say he's in the conversation.
If I see some photo, but from the name, no.
Yeah, you probably would know him if you saw him, mate. I'm going to say he's a truly exceptional strongman and strength athlete generally. Guy's amazing. Had a 20 event podium streak and up to world's strongest man winning streak. And this guy's won world's strongest man. He's won the Rogue, Arnold Classic multiple times, strongest man on earth, which is Brian Shaw's event. Mitchell Hooper is an absolute weapon. Unbelievable athlete. Mega, complete outlier. And today I'm in the car and I'm looking for something to listen to when I'm driving home. And as I get in the car, I see Mitchell's posted something. I thought I'll listen to that. And he's done an analysis of Levan Saginashvili and whether or not he feels that Levan Saginashvili, if he was to train for world's strongest man, could actually become world's strongest man at some point. Very interesting. Yeah, I'll send you the link, mate, after this. Great piece. Love it when Mitchell breaks stuff down. That he's very methodical.
Yeah. Tell to him to go stronger, man. Better for us.
Yeah, he can bugger off and let everybody win a few.
Go.
Very interesting breakdown, mate.
Change the sport, my friend.
Yeah, but it's funny, isn't it? Because we've had guys coming over from strongman into arm wrestling. So Brian Shaw and Eddie Hall. Just to let everybody know, guys, also, the people that have been messaging me, sorry, I haven't been messaging you back because I'm getting a lot of messages on this, but the Titan House 2 event is actually at the end of this month. And yes, Brian Shaw will be coming over to the UK to train, and Eddie Hall will be also. So the guys that are the YouTube channel members, you will get to see that in its entirety. We will be showing you exactly the full training for those, I think it's 5 days, with Eddie the Beast Hall and with Brian Shaw. So if you're a YouTube channel member on the Arm Wars, you will get to see that, guys. Not to mention Lawrence Charlet, Rob Frampton, Rebecca Roberts, the other Titan House guys as well there. So that's coming. And now I don't have to answer all the questions there. As I say, I do see some of the message, but apologies. I haven't got time to respond to you all in writing on there. I'm genuinely sorry for that. But yeah, I'll send you the link from Mitchell Hooper, mate, after the show today. It's really interesting. Okay, you know, not to put you under any more pressure.
I will send after to Levan.
Yeah. I bet Levan will see it and he'll be like. But let's go back to where we were, mate. So you're obviously getting a lot of love from the Italian guys. And it's Italy is at this point sort of united behind you, and you're the signature guy going forward. You're the guy that you're their champion. The Italian champion, you're their flagship arm wrestler. Were you conscious of that internally from a pressure perspective? You talked a moment ago about you feel pressure, nervous. I know you're a confident guy, but was there any change in your psyche? Was it easier when you were the hunter, when you were chasing Krasimir, Rustam, Trubin, and people didn't expect you to win? When you'd beaten them, how did you feel then?
About the pressure, uh, I remember first time, one of the first time when I competed, nobody can even talk with me, nothing. 1 hour before the match, too much angry, nobody can talk with me, zero.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, after I won with the Krasmi like this, yeah, I feel, more you win, more pressure you feel. But if you are a real smart guy like me,
Like
no,
a
I'm
top
joking.
roller.
No, really, if you are smart, you can adapt yourself in this situation. You
Yes.
now, yes, I have the pressure every time,
Mhm.
but not like crazy. Like I remember the most brutal pressure in my life, and I think it will not happen again.
I know you're going to say. Go on. I know. Let's
Go,
go.
go. What do you think?
I think you're going down the Devon route.
No, no,
Oh, worse than that.
no.
Okay.
That was super easy.
I thought you will have felt a lot of pressure there because
Mat
that's the
mask
area.
rematch. Mat mask rematch.
Okay.
Too
So,
much.
mate, just for everybody that's in the chat who maybe doesn't know what happened the first time, we can come back to other things after. Break down yourself and the wild horse. Let's just tell people about your relationship with Mr. Mask.
In the beginning, no, very good.
Yeah, tell them the background, mate. Tell them the
Yeah,
background.
because I went to WAL, I remember. Not too much talking from with me and him because he's super angry before the match.
Yep.
I lost. I lost because now I don't want to make excuses, but I was not ready for these rules because European guys there are the WAF World Championship or European or other tournament. The rules are very strict. You can't move. It's very perfect, setup. In WL you can move a little bit, and every time with Matt Mask, he moved back with his hand, and I remember I can't to do a good grip for me.
Mhm.
He was like this.
Yeah. So the webbing, he moved it back.
No, the thumbs was not close
Yes, he
like
moved his
this.
web back.
It was like this.
You gapped.
And
Mhm.
he taken my wrist like this, and I was only with the finger with his hand, and I lost 3-0. And after this, we did after pool,
I
and I
remember.
grip very well, and I won many times without too much difficult. And I was super angry because because how happened this? After
And
this, I
you
saw.
took some abuse for that because you spoke about it because your heart on your sleeve. You spoke about it. You said, I think I can win if we pull in Europe. Um, I wasn't used to the rules. And touching upon that for people in the chat, if you looked at the Nemiroff, if you looked at the WAF, if you looked at EAF, they made a point of that. It actually in one of the on one of the Nemiroff Cup shirts, it actually said rigid rules. They had that was one of their logos, rigid rules. So you were used to pulling. A lot of your career had been under that rule set, and it was very much more entertainment based rules when you went to the WL. the East versus West is similar to that. Now it's a unique environment in some ways.
Say, not
But
like WAL,
no,
but
WL was different.
to WAL, the most difficult part, it was already in referee's grip. And if you don't have a good referee and the other guys cheat like crazy, he can cheat you too much.
What did you feel
Because
like, mate,
now
when
wrestling,
you?
my friend, the setup is a very big part of the match.
It's usually, to be honest,
But
you pretty
for
much
for
know you're going
for
to
us,
win.
for me now, for this experience, I show and I learn a little bit. But before, for me, it was I never thought you can do something, the setup, you can have advantage. For me, it was every time the referee you put same you and your opponent, and you pull, no. But from USA part, they have it more to. They want to more to take advantage
Yeah,
in your hand. But I don't say it's not good. It's too different. I'm wrestling.
yeah, yeah. It's a different
But
environment.
for us, it's very big disadvantage if someone take more than you and you start. You are not have too much experience with this. You understand?
I was just going to say, mate, one of the biggest weapons I believe that you can get in any sport is just time on the table in different environments under different rule systems with different referees cadence with different perspective, and I think it helps you a great deal. Some guys, Giannis Amelins would be a good example, very well traveled guy, and or to be honest, Engin Terzi would be another one where if you look at Engin's early career, he was very proficient at the WAF, EAF, Nemiroff Cup, wherever you want, but also traveled extensively in North America, became a. Did you see that shit?
Try to do this now.
Yeah, I probably do. Wait a minute.
Oh, quality, my friend.
How big is it? That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Much
Yeah. Hey,
quality.
I'm going to do it manually, but if you're just joining the show, you will find that I have upspec'd. Oh, yeah. I have no fucking clue how it works fully, but I've upspec'd, Ermes. I've upspec'd, son, and that's all the people at home need to know. Let's have a look. I reckon that's not too far off. I can pop up a bit there. Boom.
Perfect.
What about that? Now you got like extreme close up. I can do. Let's see. Nobody needs to see that much grey. There you go, son. Like that. People in the chat, you didn't know you were getting that, did you? Ray told me that on Fix. He said, "Yeah, if you do some stuff with this, it'll shrink, it'll grow. If you move your hand like that, it gets bigger." Yeah, that's what she said. Sorry. Let me see if I can make it a little bit smaller. That's what she said. There we go, mate. Not that.
Good.
Sorry, guys. Slight distraction. One day I'll learn how to use this shit. I really will. I think I've muffed it by moving the. There's like this little wheel, and if you move it up, it actually. There we go. I'll get there, son. Killed my flow. That I lost my flow.
Perfect.
I lost my flow. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everyone in the chat. Lost my flow. Knock over a couple of super chats. We'll be right back. I remember what we were talking about. Yeah. Solo Leslie with it. Mate, I'll tell you. Full on gone. Oh, shit. No one. He's put technology. Mate, you know. Everybody who watches a fix knows I'm all about the technological advances. All about it. That's how I roll. Latest and greatest stuff. Got it all here. Cutting edge. Here we go. Mike G. Oh, here we go. Hooper is inviting Levan to be a special guest at Giants Live. I don't think he is, mate, because I work with Giants. Uh, but it would be great. And I might have a word with Darren Sadler. Darren Sadler's the guy Giants Live. Colin Bryson, Darren Sadler are you guys, but maybe with something that can happen. But to do the Hercules hold, you think you can make this happen, mate? I do believe that Giants Live are happy to bring in guests. In fact, I can tell you, Mark Felix is going to be doing the Hercules hold at the next event down in London at the Royal Albert Hall. That's only in about 3 weeks, so you never know what can happen there. And Harry, no top roll, thanks for your super chat. He wants to know, does your wrist injury affect your game style, mate? Now, we're going to get on to up-to-date stuff. We will answer this one question, but up-to-date stuff we're going to do in one of the future episodes. This is a little bit more historical, buddy. So any super chats, you can keep them on topic if you can, guys. Love having the super chats, that's fine. Love that you guys want to find out, and please ask away anything you want Ermes to focus on, but try and keep it specific if we can to today's topics. So Ermes, wrist injury. Just deviating for a second.
Yes,
My wrist is pretty good now.
I had an injury in 2018, no, 17.
17.
After Michael Todd match, first time.
Specifically where, mate?
Yeah.
Bottom, okay.
And I started to see with the doctor. I had a lot of pain, and I remember I don't knew what happened. With doctor, I was here in Verona. I tried many times. I did a surgery, but after 3 months after the surgery, I had pain, still pain.
Was it on a
And
slip out, Ermes? Did it happen when you slipped with Mike, or was it in a press?
no. It was. I don't remember the point.
No.
No, zero.
I don't remember you getting injured.
It was little bit, and after training, more, you know.
So you
But I
weren't
don't,
immediately aware of it, like straight after the match, you weren't like, oh shit.
I don't remember some sounds or some pain.
No, okay.
Zero.
Yeah, maybe it was like maybe you went back to training a little early. You know, you had because it was a pretty brutal match that with Mike.
No. It was genetic problem
Oh, okay.
because after the surgery here in Verona, I went to Milan.
Right.
They are very good, and they show here this part. There are a lot of bones, very
Yep.
small,
Yep.
and this ulna, this touched with another bones here. It was genetic, and the cartilage it was finished, and they cut my bone this.
Yep.
They put it more short. They cut it. They put the plates. After 1 year, they remove the plates. 1 year and a half, almost 2 years. And the first match after this injury, it was with Matt Mask in WL. The first.
So when you went in with pulling Matt, there was quite a few things that in your mind were working again. Were you conscious of that it was your first hard match?
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Matt Mask is a specific test, isn't he? I mean, we've just seen it with Kirigali Ongabayev. So the old adage, styles make matches. And if you're a top roller, purest top roller, and you pull against Matt, you got a hard match coming because Matt has incredible leverage. He's blisteringly quick, and his hand is super strong. I mean, really strong.
Yeah, too much. Matt, for me, it was a very big test. And the rematch, it was a very big satisfaction to win with him. But for our match, the first time, the most important part, different part, it was the setup, 100%.
When you were in the match at WAL, in the setup, did you know you'd already lost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt I gripped his hand only with my finger. I was completely dislocated here.
Yeah.
It was with distance, you know.
Horrible feeling, mate. When I've been there.
Very bad feeling.
Horrible.
Horrible feeling.
It really is. It's horrendous when you know.
I was in this position after I learned. If we repeat, you don't need to find with to reach his hand.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do same with him to
Yeah.
put more distance and to don't care about your finger nothing and to pull only with the arm. You
Yeah.
understand?
So now, let's say we could put the mind of you now back that day on the table. If we you think
Much
you were
easy.
physically capable of beating Matt if you had your mind of today?
Yeah, with this
With the
experience
same
for
physical
sure.
capabilities then. So if you were no
Physical,
stronger,
I think I was strong enough for
mm,
sure. Because in after pool we saw immediately I was very strong.
yeah,
The match is different. I understand everything, but if someone is strong and they completely stronger than you,
yeah,
like in the match, he will still win in after pool 2 minutes after. I think, you know.
mm.
Mm. But I don't care now too much. It was very good story to do a rematch. We did a rematch. I won. I was happy. Uh,
And you were super nervous there, you said.
Super amazing. I said if I lose again, it was horrible because all the USA he hated me like crazy, cry baby, everything.
Yeah, you because that was because of the practice table thing, wasn't it? They
World
were saying
champions
practice table
practice.
champion. Yeah.
Too much. Yeah, when I won with when I fought with Lalit in Dubai, same super good, strong practice table.
Mm-hmm.
And after when you will prove when you prove yourself, you can beat them in the table competition. This is more satisfaction too.
It's funny, isn't it? You have people sometimes will be driven into a certain public persona because of the known etiquette, expectation of how you should behave. You take it on the chin. And yet, those same people, when you're backstage after the show or having a beer in the hotel, are like, when they're just pouring out their emotion, they're kind of like, and they let it all go. You let it go publicly. You just, there it is. That's what I think. That's what happened. And yeah, you're prepared to put your on the block, and you did. And yourself and Matt arm wrestled again. And Matt's dangerous. Don't be. It's funny how fickle people are. Do you understand the word fickle? They are sway one way, then they sway the other way in their opinion.
I understand.
Matt Mask, when he beats Ongabayev, is sudden. You see that camera? Follow me then.
Too much quality.
Quality, man. That's what that is. It's like the top roller of the camera world, right there. So their opinion after Matt Mask beat Kirdagali Ongabayev, right? Who is a weapon. Kirdagali's a bad man. Now, stylistically, Matt's a difficult match for him. But make no mistake about it, the guy is very, 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 very proficient puller. Incredibly good arm wrestler.
Yeah, Matt is a very super good guy too because he's very friendship friendly guy and
Oh, he's awesome. one of the nicest dudes in the game.
Super athlete.
He's a character as well, real raw character.
Yeah, and I love him a lot because he lost many times the last period,
Doesn't
and
care.
he never give up.
No.
And he won. He still won. Now he lost with Nugo, but you know, this is good character
Suddenly,
to have.
people's opinions of Matt take a nosedive after the Nugo result, you know. But it's a shame because it's just underlining the styles make matches, and Nugo that day was unbelievable. Nugo is unbelievable. He's a complete weapon. The guy is awesome. I love Nugo. I mean, Nugo and
My
Todd Dillon.
favorite match of the night.
Oh, without and it wasn't a
Super, I
particularly
was super
entertaining match
excited.
on the arm wrestling table. It's the character of the guys, you know. Nugo doesn't speak English well, but even his twitching and ticking, I think, adds to his appeal somehow. You know, it's visually he's entertaining as hell, and he's so aggressive and visceral. Oh, love him. Absolutely great to watch. And I think it's interesting watching the opinion shift from Matt winning against Kirigali, losing against Nugo, and suddenly people don't rate Matt again. And Matt's a bad man. You get Matt on the wrong day, Matt gets his hit away, he'll seal your faith. That Mask is a beast. He really
Yeah,
is. So, you know, get up there and have a go. Guy's strong as hell.
yeah,
He really is.
really. Too much.
So, what was the feeling after the Matt Mask rematch? You must have been on cloud nine. You must have been really happy.
Too much. I felt really empty.
Mm-hmm.
Completely empty now. Oh, finally. I will never pull him again.
Yeah, stay away from me, Matt. Yeah.
That's it. But it's not a format, but for me it was a very good result for myself. You know,
Yeah, personal.
personal result, really.
How long was the gap again between the matches? What was the length of time between the first match and the second?
2019 and 21.
So sort of a 2 year
2
gap.
years.
And
Yeah.
you took quite a lot of abuse online. Like you say, people
Yeah, it was for the
practice table.
COVID.
Through that period, had you been sort of building that up, building all that animosity that you'd read online? Was it really getting to you, making you angry?
In the for the lost.
Yeah, because why I say that, mate, is when we were talking about the Swedish guy when he was saying, "Oh, the Italian's going to be easy," and you said it really made you.
No, wait. After this, when I lost, I was yeah, no, angry like crazy, but you are a little bit disappointed because for the lost. And really, when I lose me, I after this you will see my real character.
Mm.
When I lose, usually after the lost, the next opponent I will destroy him for like crazy because I going to,
Yeah.
I can't lose anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I fought with Laleti, I was really too much angry. And when when I am like a favorite, or the people don't give too much to my opponent
Yeah.
credit,
Yeah.
you underestimate him little bit. This it was with Kurdeka.
That's right.
Everybody said, you will win for sure, no problem. I was very relaxed, not too much training, mentality,
Not so
but
focused.
not make excuse, it was my mistake, for sure, 100%. And they lost. And yes, I lost with Levan and just Levan, but I did a very big result.
Yeah, I was going to
Big
say,
match.
you lost, but you didn't lose. I think
Uh,
there's been a time when if anybody in history ever lost a match and their stock rose as a result, that was the one. My God,
yeah.
you went. That was like
Yes,
not to diminish other wins that you've had, but that was the win. That was
yeah.
a win.
That's why Levan said he was happy, but he don't understand what I felt for me
Yeah.
for this part of athletes. For us to stop him already 1 second was amazing.
Yes, because you were the first person really for any
Ah,
meaningful period of time in
that's why I
5
was
years.
happy, not because I
Yeah,
take 1 round or 2 rounds
well,
from
you
him.
made it. Not only did you take a round,
And I made him quit.
you made him
Like,
look human.
ah,
You made people believe, okay, maybe this man can lose. Because
yeah,
there's a time when you look at the exceptional ability, exceptional level, and you're not. It's like, yeah, nobody's close.
yeah,
You're gonna kill everyone. You gave the chasing pack a glimmer of hope that day.
exactly. This, and after it was with Devo. Uh, I was I not really underestimated him, but I take the challenge not too much serious because with Jerry I felt super amazing strong, and they said yeah, no problem. In the 3 weeks, I after Jerry in 3 weeks I compete again with him, and after this I yes, and this for this match I learn a lot. Every athlete, every arm wrestler, you need 2 3 months of preparation. 3 months minimum. One things for me is only for me is difficult for the mind because when you have the match, the pressure of the mind for me is too much. And after the 1 hour I finish the match, I completely go down, with the
Decompress, yeah,
emotion, with the muscle, nerves, everything.
yeah.
And to recover this, to charge another time, I need, time.
Hmm.
And the second things, you need to training for this athlete because every time when for me,
Yep.
I change the training every time. With Jerry, I trained a lot this part for the side pressure.
Yes.
The wrist, I didn't train it because
It's not going to come
Jerry,
naturally.
yeah. With Devon, I needed to train my wrist, my rise too much for to have good competition with him.
Yeah.
And that's why the people think I was, you know, Devon, yeah, he did a little bit mind games,
Yep.
but opposite way with me,
Yep.
like a friend, you are too much strong, like a friend.
Yes.
Until 1 minute before, thank you so much. Uh,
It's
but
funny.
it was not my like a mind games. I was completely not prepared.
Yeah.
After this, the people will think what they want. But for it is my experience, it was like this.
So it's not your. It's a very good point. It's not just the physical preparation, but also that mental note and the mental pressure. It's hard to stay at that level of red line for so long, and it's also fair to say, and it's
Mhm.
probably with Jerry is the biggest example I'm going to say. If anybody in the chat thinks I'm wrong on this, correct me where you think, guys. But I'm going to say with Jerry was the most evident that you had trained specifically. You know what I mean? Because I mean, Jerry is an animal. and you made him
Yeah,
look.
if you do some mistake, you will
Yeah,
lose
I
for
mean,
sure.
look at the Gennady Quickvinia match. My God, look at Georgi Svetkov. He's doing an excellent top roller. If that guy catches you,
Urdeka.
yeah, same, exactly, murdered him. And you trained, as you say, specifically for the athlete, and it showed. Because, my God,
Yeah, like every time with Lality, I trained this, with Jerry, I trained this, with Chefi, another. Every time with Michael and other things,
yeah.
every athlete have all his technique.
Michael's
You
another
need
good
to,
example, isn't it? Michael, the most recent one in Tbilisi.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, the Tbilisi match with Mike was another really good example of where you could see,
yeah,
okay, I got this is what I'm going to do. And afterwards, I traveled back on the plane with Mike, and we were in breakfast that morning. And Michael was super. You remember when we left in the taxi?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Michael was super, super, super respectful of the fact that that day you out arm wrestled him. It was your day, and that was a closer match than people think. But you had to think your steps through the match. You thought your way through it, and it was clear. But with Jerry, it was perfectly executed.
yeah. And you really, and when some things happen to you, you need to see. In Italy, they tell to you, you need you have a glass
Half full, half empty.
half full, no half
Yeah, you see the
empty. You
positive.
need to
Yes.
look the half full every time.
Yeah.
And with the Devon, I learn I need to train this pronation, rise, capping like crazy
Yeah.
because I trained a lot too much, only arms, arms, arms.
Hmm.
And now, after this, almost 2 years, my power on my rise and you can see with the weight. I
Oh
know
yeah.
it's fake. I know it's fake, but you can still see.
Well, but you make the fake weights look good. You know.
Yeah, you can see about the. But I feel completely different here, completely.
Mate, I
And
could tell. I could tell before the bloody when we spoke in the reception, your confidence was through the roof, and I could tell it was very real. There was no, uh, sometimes there's like bravado. There's emotion. Bravado means like you make a statement. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna.
okay,
It
okay.
wasn't like that. It was just like a sinister calm. You were very, very calm and very matter of fact. Like you do. I remember we sat down and we were like, I don't see any area really where Michael can possibly beat me. I've tried in my mind. It's almost like you were pouring out your own inner feelings to me. You said, I look at what he does. I know I've arm wrestled him before. I don't think he has a lane. And funnily enough, Michael does that also. He analyzes, a lot of the top guys do. They'll analyze the guy and think, okay, where's his strengths? Where's the weaknesses? What can I do better? What do I do better than this guy? And that day, I was very concerned for Mike because of the absolute calm that you had going into that thing. You were so confident. I don't know whether you felt as confident inside. I mean, did you?
No, no, the confidence I felt really, the emotion I had a lot because after 1 year, more than 1 year without competition, you need to adapt yourself again with the
Yeah,
competition, event, pressure. But inside, I felt a lot pressure, emotion for the
yeah,
match. But about the match, stylistically, zero. And if you compare the improvement, Lalitin, he had very strong wrist. Look at the wrist when I fought Michael and the wrist of Lalitin when he fought Michael.
that's a fair
With
point.
me, it was completely blocked, solid.
Mhm.
And the Lalitin, he lost because now maybe the people underestimated Michael, but about the pronation
I
is
want to ask you a
unbelievable.
question on that, though, mate, because I have a theory on this, and tell me what you think. I also think that there is a little bit of a nuance there, in my opinion. Bastard. Tell you what, it's all right, this technology, when it works. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I will, I'll just adjust my super technical camera, get it back down to a viable level. It's probably around there. And we'll continue. So I think that there is a little nuance because Vitaly Leletin has got an unbelievably strong hand. Developed it. Obviously, his style of the low hand top roll, he utilizes his hand a lot in there. And I figure that because he has such a strong hand, he wants to dominate. You know what I mean? He wants to be the bully. And as we know, if you hang on to a guy, you give him something to hit. Michael's got awesome pronation, attacks very hard from an awkward angle because he's not an orthodox arm wrestler by any stretch. And I feel like that also would create that sacrificial lamb for his wrist and hand. I think Leletin's commitment to hanging on to Michael or any opponent can be a weakness there. He's kind of like you were saying a moment ago when you were talking about the mask match at the WL. If you'd have been mentally joined up to not hang on to him, you could have performed much better and done much better. And I feel like Vitaly probably hung on hard. Now, by the same token, at the end of that match, and I'm sure Michael would say the same, I think that Vitaly Leletin's hand strength created a lot of problems for Mike because ordinarily, where he would be able to move, he couldn't because Leletin's grip is friggin' ridiculous. I mean, yeah, goes for a piss, his shoelace is tight. Guy's hand is ridiculous strong. But what do you think, Mr. Gladiator?
Yes. In this match, the grip for Michael it was very difficult because when he was in the press, Michael he can't to is it a good word in the past? He can't or
Adjust.
no?
He can't.
He can't.
No, he couldn't move. He could not
I
make.
couldn't.
Yeah, he couldn't. He couldn't
Okay, this is
adjust his
correct
position,
quality
amend his
word.
position.
He couldn't go in the to with his hand.
Yeah, couldn't climb.
Yeah, climb exactly. That's why he lost, and he won for his long leverage.
Mm.
You know, and Michael he couldn't go somewhere like
Yeah, because
other.
ordinarily people run out of arm. They can't chase you that far, but Vitaly can chase you that far. He's got
Yeah,
advantages in that respect, you know.
yeah.
But super intriguing match. So let's wind the clock back. I'm conscious of the time. We'll only be on for about another 5 or 10 minutes, guys, maximum, because we're going to do multiple parts on this. And this is only part 2. And I know you love having Ermes on here as much as I do, guys. So we're winding the clock back now to where we were earlier. You're getting the wins against big names. Dmitry Trubin, Rustam Babayev, Krasimir Kostadinov. Killers. Dyed in the wool monsters. People that are super established over the period of time that we're in here. At what point did you come to the realization that, wait a minute, I am not the normal dude? Mazarenko tells you he believes you're the new superstar. And he really believed that. Did you?
Yes, in this, but already these things. I'm not a normal human being. Started when more or less when I won the double world title in Gdynia.
And at this point, you thought, yeah, I can really.
Yes, but inside I felt. I felt inside too much.
Mhm.
In the future, I can became number one in the world.
So that's important because that's where I was going to go next, mate.
Inside because I thought now I am 20 years guy old. When I will be 30, I will be super amazing strong.
Mm. And at that
Yeah.
time, to recap, you were 90 kilos, thereabouts in weight. Did you at that time make a conscious decision, or if not then, when was it you made a conscious decision to think, you know what, forget this weight category, I'm going to go after the open class title, the big, I'm going to go big. When was that? When did you think about getting big?
This happened with Michael Todd. I was 97 kilo,
Mm-hmm.
2017, but a lot fat. I follow the diet. I eat it like crazy. And the people, you started to take steroids, something like that, but it was not true.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started to grow up a lot, I remember for the match with Matt Mask second time. Because with Matt Mask first time was 105 or something
Yeah,
like that.
you weren't big at all there. You were
Not too much, but it was not clean, muscle, Uh, very big, good result when I fought with the Matt Mask in rematch. I was 117, 16, 17.
Was that your heaviest at weight at that time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Istanbul. He was 114
Yeah.
and me 17, sometime 18.
Mm.
And after this, with Kurdek, I was 119, something like that.
And when you say not quality, you were you were you weren't in bad shape. When you pulled Matt the second time, you looked pretty. You looked
Completely different shape. Too much
you
different.
looked good at that. I mean, hey, I know because right now I'm like 100, anywhere from 112 to 114 right now, and I'm like part man, part ass cheek. I know about bad quality, so let me tell you, I know.
Yeah, but
And I know that when you were pulling that
really,
mask, you
really
looked.
for me, if I will go down 115 with very full quality,
Mm,
uh, yeah, I think it's my best, super best category. Yeah, I think in 150 I can maybe Devon, but after this I can win very easily. I think.
yeah.
But I don't have, you know,
Even with show me the money, Muratov.
yeah. No, like Devon said, no, don't talk about the Murato. Talk only when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do it like this. We understand
I
everything.
hope Alajan, if you're watching this, you just get a sniff of this match because Ermes matches your money. You go in, you have a match, one of you win, a rematch, 100 grand, 100 grand, easy, no problem. Straight in there. Yeah, of course.
And that's it, my friend. But in 115, I don't have really too much. Uh, if I will win 115 kilo, yes, it's very big result, but nothing like super heavyweight. I prefer to be second or third in super heavyweight than 150 in first. You understand what I mean?
I understand perfectly what you mean, mate. I
That is
understand perfectly what you mean. It's like that.
because I know now in the
There will
world.
always be the respect for the open class. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like you said earlier, Samusha. It's kind of a frustration for me sometimes because you'll get amazing matches, amazing pullers. Like recently, we had the goat Mindaugas Tarasatis, and he pulls against Yanis Amelins, who's one of my favorite pullers of all time.
Yeah.
Mega puller. That match was friggin' phenomenal and was the best match on the card. But it's in a weight class, lightweight class. Who it is, they don't get that.
Everything is around people don't put they don't promote themselves because if you see UFC, McGregor was not in the super heavyweight, but he
Yeah,
was more
I don't
successful.
think it. I mean, Mindaugas Tarasatis, he can promote. He promotes himself quite well. I mean, he
Yeah,
puts on
yeah,
water and he
but he's
cures that.
on. He's him alone to do this.
Yeah, yeah,
You need to be to there are we need the synergy between two athletes, not only one.
yeah. You're not going to get that from Yanis Ama. Yeah, listen, the Jedi's too respectful to promote himself. He'd probably feel bad about promoting himself. And that nice little forearm flex there, son. There it is. Look at that look. Hey. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, are you looking right now at what is soon to be the
But it's different or they won't is same to me.
Look at that. It's not bad.
Huh?
When when you've bicep flexed earlier, you can definitely see a big difference then.
Yeah.
I mean, just around the pronator,
That's shit. This
mate,
is a shit.
around the pronator, you can see a big your pronator. There's gonna there. Look at that. Hey, look at the pronator on the left. When you watch this back, you're gonna be like, look at that. Look, hey, that's a dangerous arm like there, isn't it? Hey, look at that. Look,
This is pronator, my friend.
there it is. Oh, mate, we can see it. Don't worry about that. We can see it. That's like me saying this is the belly. I can see that. Don't worry. Everybody can see that. Okay.
Good.
Now, I've kept you on here quite a long. We got some super chats before I let you go. Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, remember, if you can hit that like button, please do us a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe while you're here. Does the channel a big favor. Doesn't cost anything and gets the word out there on Mr. Ermes Gasparini. So let's look at these super chats before I let you jump off here and we wrap up part 2. Hope you guys have enjoyed it in the chat. John Augustine, thank you, John. Appreciate your super chat, brother. He's put quality interview, gents. It's been great getting to know my friend, the Gladiator, a little better. Good on you for giving Ermes a platform, Neil. I'm rooting for Ermes. Cheers from the States. Mate, I absolutely love Ermes Gasparini. I love his dad, old school rock. And it's very warming for me personally to see Ermes progressing in the sport because it's the lineage, it's arm wrestling lineage. It's when you watched his dad compete like I did, competed with his dad against his dad. It's good to watch that. And when you've seen Ermes as a little boy and grow into the champion that he is now, it's ace. I really love it. I was watching. Funnily enough, I was watching a video of John Brzenk, right? And John Brzenk had his grandson. He's just mucking around with his grandson on the breakfast bar. Just his grandson's there mucking around with John. And John's there, grey hair, and the kid doesn't have a clue what his granddad is, But you never know. One day,
You never know, my friend.
you never know. We all saw the picture. Show me the picture again, Ermes. Show him the picture, dude. This is the picture right here. Check this out. If you haven't seen the first part, you need to get over and check that, guys. Just check this. This picture is ace. This is Ermes and his dad. Look at it. There you go. Look at that. I love that one. What an ace picture. And you pinned his ass. Ah,
Look at the quality, my friend. Top.
quality. Top roll there for smart people. Look at it. Amazing. I love that picture, mate. That is absolute quality. Dino3343 is coming with another super chat. Tell Ermes to take Italian water for Levan. Wants you to take some true Italian quality water with you, mate. And then El Italiano with a super chat. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. He's put Ciao, Neil, and Ermes, two of three of my favorite arm wrestlers, along with No Limits Devon Larratt. Just want to encourage you both to praise Jesus every day and do good. And grazie, amici. Mate, definitely will do that, brother. Thank you for your super chat, and I really hope you enjoyed the show. I think we got one more just popped in. Did I see? Let me see. Or see if I can catch it on the phone. Because we're going to wrap up in a moment, ladies and gents. But I'm pretty sure I saw another one just pop in there. Let me see. Well, Mishref with the super chat. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. He's put the first time I knew Ermes in WL against Matt Mask. Then the second match was actually the start of East versus West. That's right. Was it one? Was it East versus West 1?
Yeah.
There you go, mate. Well, Mishref, thanks for reminding us of that. What
the real founder, my friend.
Right
no hanging. Me, I'm the real founder.
There you go. You know where it's at quality. It's where it is. It's put on Ermes are the athletes that started this Jurassic Park thing. Good luck, Ermes. A lot of support for you out there, buddy. A lot.
I appreciate too much.
There really is. Arm Historian's in the chat. Hey, mate. If you're not subscribed to the Arm Historian, you bloody well should be. Guy's ace. I need to speak to the Arm Historian, actually, on the telebone. Might even try and give you a call tomorrow, son. Got an idea. But, yeah. Get over there and subscribe to Ermes Gasparini, the Gladiator, ladies and gentlemen. Tell these guys where they can find you, Ermes. Tell them all about you. Tell them.
You can find me on the YouTube or Instagram, everywhere. I'm everywhere.
And he's got a picture. If you go on Instagram, he's got the Gladiator helmet on. Absolute quality, mate. Get over there and, yeah, show this guy some love. He is going into an unbelievable matchup. It is for the Open Super Heavyweight Championship of the world in the world's premier arm wrestling promotion, East versus West. It's about to go down in Chicago. We are literally like 2 weeks away. If you're not watching this, you are nuts. You cannot consider yourself a true arm wrestling fan. The card is ridiculous, and at the top of that card, which also features other arm wrestling greats, Michael Todd is on there. No Limits Devon Larratt is on there against Alex Kadetcha. But Ermes Gasparini tops the bill, and his opponent, Levan, the Georgian Hulk Saganashvili. It's for the number one spot. Who's the king? We find out in Chicago in just a couple of weeks' time. EVWsports.com. Get over there. Get your pay-per-view, guys. It's going to be a killer show. I'm going to be there. Cannot wait to get out there and watch this thing go down. As always, card full of absolute stacked matches on there. Going to be ridiculous. East versus West coming from Chicago, USA on the 21st. Get over there and check it out. Guys, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody in the chat for tuning in, checking out tonight's show. I will be back on here with Ermes for part 3 very soon. We'll set the date shortly. I'm going to continue this journey deep inside the mind of the Gladiator, Ermes Gasparini. And part 3 will take us a little bit more towards the present time. We'll get more into the super heavyweight battles that this guy's had that has entertained you all. Dave Chafee, Gennady Quikvinia, Vitaly Laletin, Monster Michael Todd, No Limits Devon Larratt, Levan Saganashvili 1. We'll run through them all and get that kind of detail the next time out when we go deep inside the mind of Ermes Gasparini part 3. Keep your eyes out for that, ladies and gents. should be coming at some point next week. Roy L7's just come in. Good luck, Ermes. Here, $5 for 2 Coca-Colas for you gents on me. Thanks for the podcast, mate. Thank you for tuning in, and thanks for your super chat. As I say, guys, if before you leave us, you can hit the sub button, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, keep your eyes open, subscribe to the channel, notifications will be on there. Ermes, my friend.
My friend.
Hey, say hello to the family, and I look forward to speaking to you.
Thank you so much.
We'll stay on for a moment, actually, when we go off live, and we'll set the date for the next one. For everybody in the chat and for everybody watching the show, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next time. Biggity bong, mother fluffers.